Hello, this is KoS Bunysliprs checking in with his second somewhat live com of a round of Call of Duty. It's not really live actually because of some issues. I had to record this after the fact. That's fine. Just ignore my phone. Alright, so you start with the game. I jumped in the middle of it with an MP5. I'm using Bunysliprs, which is extra ammo, stopping power, and steady aim. And you start off pretty decently, get a couple kills, and kind of save your teammate in the meantime. And I know this map very well. I've been playing it for about 3 years. It's very small. The server, however, allows 50 people, and it gets very crowded very quickly. But if you want high scoring, high volume games, it's the place to be. So you saw, I knew somebody was there. I saw him jump down from the roof, but I could not get there in time before he set up Claymore, and I died. So with this map, there's a lot of the things is you want to actually just end up and try and cut people off. You got to use the radar a lot. The radar's always on, and whenever they shoot, they're there, whether UAV is on or not. So you kind of want to stick ahead of the game in order to kind of surprise them. You usually want to come around from the back and the side, where they don't usually see you. This game, I didn't do that so well. You'll see in kind of the middle, I kind of had a pretty bad time with that. And this is a longer live com, by the way. It's 20 minutes, so it's going to take forever to load. So I ran out there. I shouldn't have. I got stunned. There was a grenade waiting for me. There were a couple of people waiting. Wasn't a great situation to put myself in. So you see, I saw one player, and turned the corner. There were actually three. Didn't work out quite well for the end of that one. Ran in, and if you saw the player with the other blue gun, his name's Ali. He's a regular on the server. He and I both know that when you die, that person that you killed you is most likely still where you, around the area where they killed you at. So he just came back and finished me off. And that one, I watched the kill cam. I don't usually do that, but I didn't think he could see me. And then of course the RPG kill is never fun. Alright, so right there, I was going to try and go down that main hallway upstairs. Then I looked at the radar, saw some guys in this main broadcast room, and get killed. You know, it was a pretty crowded spot. Kind of run through and make it out alive, and then die again. So depending on how many people are on there and who's on there, you know, if it's regulars, if it's new guys, if it's people who hop in every once in a while, you know, you'll have better games than others. You'll know the tendencies of the people and whatnot. So I know who to avoid. I know who carries martyrdom. So if I kill him, I can run away and avoid it. You know, you pick up on like subtle nuances of that, and you really just try and learn everything about the game. Kind of nerd way to put it. Learn everything about the game just to do better. But you know, sometimes it doesn't always work out. Now I end up with a pretty good score this game at the end, but there were a lot of times where I was missing a lot of stuff, doing stuff like that, where I knew there was somebody in that sniper house, but I didn't really check properly. I kind of left myself out in the open, and he got me. And there's the failed ladder climb. And this is like the sniper house is a prime spot. I know when I snipe, I go up there, and depending on how good the person is, they can hide well. They'll move around in the house. It's easy to, you know, you can stay up there and get 20 kills without dying, and so you always got to be aware of that. And the other side house also has snipers in it most of the time, or guys with machine guns. So, and you saw that one. I just watched the kill cam, and I looked at the scoreboard to look at the guy's ping. His ping was 220, and mine was around 60. And so what I thought was a perfectly clear knife on my part, which should have gone and killed him, wasn't, because we had such a difference in ping. Ping being the distance and response time of your computer, internet, and whatnot to the game server. And that time he got me. It's alright. See, I focused in on that guy. I wasn't really aiming, and he actually popped down, pulled a grenade out, and then I got hit from behind before he even threw that grenade over there. And this is that's a bad location. This little box. It's pretty much just a kill box. The people that wait in it and whatnot, everyone knows they're there. And it's an easy prime target to shoot through the walls, throw grenades up there, and they also, I know is they put claymores down. So that's when I ran in there, I saw that, I heard that, you can hear it click before it goes off. So actually that's what I do is I jump, because if you jump you're most likely going to get over it if you're close enough, and you won't actually be affected by the claymore. And got out and got a couple kills. And the MP5 is a pretty standard weapon for pretty much anybody. It has some medium recoil when you're scoped in, but medium to close range, you can pretty much just spray and get kills, but you can't rely on it. So a lot of times you'll end up spraying but not really aiming properly, and it doesn't go well for you in the end. But if you play with it as long as I do, you get used to it, you kind of get over it, and you learn to compensate for the recoil and whatnot. I don't know if you'll notice my skin for the gun is actually a modified skin. It's called Blue Thunder. It's just some lightning and whatnot, and it's pretty cool. I had to install that myself though. It doesn't come standard with the game. Now you'll see I start picking up a lot of weapons throughout this game, just kind of change it up. If I see a light machine gun and whatnot, I can pick that up, and it can do a lot of things that the MP5 can't, mainly shoot through walls. Wall spamming in this map is very effective, especially when you know where the people are, you know where they're going to be, you know where spawn points are, so you can get some good kills. And then it's just different, and people kind of they see you running around with one weapon with you, and if they notice, they'll kind of be able to fight you more effectively if they know you're only using one weapon. So if you switch it up and you're using an MP5 and all of a sudden you stop and you start using an LMG, it changes things up, helps your gameplay. Funny moment of the match, that guy just rolled down the stairs, dead body, that was funny. Alright, so running through here, I look at the map, the radar isn't currently activated, but I know that some of them are in the main room. But that also means that if we're in this loft part here, and they are in the main room, that also means that they're on the opposite side of the map, which means they'll be coming out of that bathroom door, they'll be coming out of this side door down here, but because the radar's not activated, you don't know quite exactly where they are. So you'll see I start wall spamming and shooting spots in the bathroom that I know there's a little alcove they'll sit in right by that wall, and you can kill them from there. So you'll see me do that a few times with this weapon, and just to change things up. And then when I'm running through the map, if I'm carrying an MP5 with the LMG, I'll take the MP5 out when I'm running around. It's a lighter weapon, and like I said, the spray, it's a lot smoother, it's a lot easier to get some kills, and you can fire it off faster than an LMG. Alright, so there's tricks when you're jumping off that landing. Actually, is you saw me, I jumped off and I landed right on top of that little kind of cubicle looking thing. If you land on that, you actually take about half the damage, and you require instead of when if you just jump off on the ground, so you recover faster. You don't, instead of one shot, if you would jump off and hit the ground, it's like maybe a couple shots. It just gives you time and whatnot. So that's subtle things. And I've learned that through just playing this map long enough. You learn that you can do that, and you can do different things that will help in the long run. The biggest drawback for me carrying an LMG is the reload time, and I'm not a fan of the way the perk system runs in this Call of Duty. Is that your second perk, you either get stopping power, you can get things like more explosives, more range in your explosives, or like UAV jammer, things like that are all the second perk. Another one is also the faster reloading, and I don't really like that because stopping power is the most effective perk in Call of Duty that you're going to be able to use. As the other perks go, my first perk is I use Bandolier, and it's more ammo, and I either interchange it with that or frag times 3, so you get 3 grenades instead of 1. And lately I've been using Bandolier a lot more because I've been running and gunning, and if you're running and gunning you need a lot more ammo, where if you're playing a little more strategically with 3 grenades, you hit all the grenade spots, you're more likely to get bigger clusters of kills, whereas Bandolier I'm running around hoping to get higher kill streaks. So 3 kills, I'll get that radar. I just got a 15 kill streak. 5 kills, it'll be an airstrike, which I think on this map, in this game, it's more effective than the helicopter, and then 7 kills is a helicopter. Alright, so you see what I just did there is I saw him firing, so I ran towards the stairs, making him think I'm running away from him, then I stopped, run back out, shoot him, kind of fake him out, take him by surprise. Pretty basic move. It's kind of like if you use basketball terms, like a juke or something like that, where you just fake them out. So you'll see I'm on top of the leaderboard there, and I'll end up with the most kills in the game of all the players, #1 on my team. And on this map, that's kind of hard to do. Most likely, depending on like middle of the day, it's harder to get on top of the map just because it's so crowded. The chances of having a bad game because of teammates and whatnot is higher up. Whereas right now, it's a pretty comfortable level of people, and the game is and your gameplay is really in more of your hands rather than your teammates. Now this is team deathmatch, so you have to rely on your teammates whether you like it or not, because if they don't kill anybody, then you're not going to win. With a score limit of 5,000, it's anybody's game from the start, so you'd be surprised how many games I play in here, and it ends up being 5,000 to 4,990. I've ended in a few draws. If you end on the same score, like 4,700 each team, it's a draw. It's really odd, but it happens. So you see right now I have 47 kills, and I'll end up, I believe, with 53, and that's actually not a very high amount in general. I'll end up usually, if I'm running around strictly with an MP5, I can end up anywhere from 50 to 120 kills, and again that varies time of day and who's playing and whatnot. And the times where I usually go higher amount of kills is actually at night, when there are actually less people. And the reason being, the time limit is longer, and the game lasts a lot longer when there are fewer people because of the high score limit. And I'm able to run around and get more kills and do more things than if it's just strictly higher amount of people, and you'll end up getting that score limit before you can get to those high amount of kills. So you'll see, I saw a gunshot coming from that back area. Didn't know if it was my teammates or not, so I hid and ended up seeing that one player hiding in the corner. Took him out, so it worked out. Another thing about this map is if that jump, for whatever reason, when you jump down and hit that one spot in that little corner, it doesn't take any health from it. You come out of it just fine. Couldn't tell you why. It's a glitch, but you gotta use it to your advantage. Just ignore that very poor nade placement. And you'll see right there, I killed like one guy, but he's got last stand on, so he drops down to the ground, he gets his pistol, and he can shoot. So then I also knew that there was another guy in that corner, and at that point he was more deadly because he had a machine gun, whereas the other guy only had a pistol. So I took him out first, and then went back and with the guy who was in last stand. So. And when I'm playing, I like to check the scoreboard, not necessarily just for my score, but you see who's doing what. You see this, how your team's doing and who's the best on their team, and kind of gets compulsive. It doesn't really matter if you do or don't, but I do. And you'll see I did just throw a grenade up and over that roof. It's actually an interesting grenade spot. You can get kills if you throw it right where I was just there. You can kill people with the grenade if you throw it over that wall. Alright, so right now you see a lot of people are just in that bathroom, and you can do what I tried to do and run in, and it doesn't really work all the time, or you can do it right there, whereas I picked up an assault rifle and try to spray through the wall, maybe get a few of their players knocked out in that bathroom before you run in, because it's a death trap. That's what it is. So, and you'll see this is, a lot of my kills are they're coming from behind me or from the side where I don't see them. So that's kind of a poor map awareness. I wasn't playing with I usually don't play with the sound on. I usually play with, music on or whatnot in the background. But if you have the sound on or sound up or headphones in, you'll actually hear footsteps. So I don't a lot of times. If I'm playing really seriously, which is almost never, you can get that. So you won't get killed by those, really weird side shots, or if they're coming up behind you. So, and if you get good enough with listening in with sound or whatnot, you can hear people running from across the map, and you know where they are exactly. So it can be very helpful. A little tougher on this map because it's so loud with all the grenades going off constantly and so many people in a small area. But if you're playing like a search and destroy mode, it's extremely helpful. This was a pretty long game, a 20-minute, 40-second match of a team deathmatch. That's long. It usually doesn't last as long, and it makes it hard for a live com, especially when the live com is not actually live. And so you see I got 2 kills there. I was only aiming for one guy. The other kill just was a mistake. It was luck, And spray fire. It's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, again, like that, I really didn't see that person, but hit markers is pretty much, if you see a hit marker, you just keep spraying, you just keep shooting at that same spot. Alright, so I know the match is pretty much almost over. It's almost 4,600 to 3,500 for my team, which is on the Op 4. And so people go into desperation mode, and they start stressing. They actually their state of mind changes, and they rush things and whatnot. it's like pressure situations. It's really nerdy to compare to like sports and whatnot, but it's true. They do. So you'll be able to run around, and if you stay calm, level-headed, and keep aware of the map and everything, you can do just fine. Get an extra, 10 kills, 15 kills out of it. And the round is about to end. We got 49 and 2. There we go. 5 more. So overall, this was a good match, good team match. The scores were pretty even all about, and I ran around and got the high score, so worked out for me. It was a good match. It was fun, and that's what it's all about, having fun. And this is KoS Bunny, and I am signing off.